Okay, once again, thank you so much. Hi, Anna Kem from Northern Wisconsin. How are you? Yeah, you should chime in the chat. Tell me where you're ringing in from. So thanks for coming. This is just a nice little window into something that we were really excited that has been launched exclusively for agents that work with True Marketing Partners, called TrueSpace. So I have with me here Pam Meister, who is the owner of The Zone and the founder of all of these cool things. And I always say work from home, and she says work from anywhere. And I really like that. I like her version of that a lot better. And sometimes when we're working, on our own from anywhere, as we do in the travel industry, we do not feel connected to a lot of people, and we struggle to get answers. And I think the biggest challenge a lot of us have is there are just endless Facebook groups filled with travel agents, 30, 40, 50,000 agents. And you ask a question and everybody says, oh, this hotel is the best. No, this hotel is the best. No, this one is the best. No, I should do this. No, I had a terrible sleep on that mattress. And you're like, what am I doing? Like, who am I talking to? Who can I trust? Who's got, valuable information? And you're not really forming a network, and you're not really working with anyone. It's, dropping in and dropping out of a big Facebook group is not efficient co-working with people who can enhance your life and your vision, and really people that understand what you're doing, that you can bounce ideas off of. So she has a co-working space for people in different industries, and she's launched this one for travel agents. So I'm excited. And I'm going to turn it over to Pam, and she can introduce herself, tell you a little bit more about the benefits of why you might want to join a virtual co-working space. And she can go, she can go from there. So I'll turn it over to Pam.
Thanks, Gabriella. And thank you all for taking some time to pop in today. I am a remote work expert, and the consulting that I do specializes in helping people optimize working from anywhere. And one of the things that I've seen with a lot of my clients, in particular that I coached, was that they had tons of ideas and didn't always take action consistently, or felt isolated and lonely. As much as they enjoyed working from home or from any location, they missed the virtual water cooler experience. They missed the opportunity to chat with people, but we're finding when they would get sucked into Facebook or LinkedIn even, that they might have gone on with a great productive intention and ended up spending several hours kind of down a rabbit hole. So we created The Zone, which is a virtual co-working community. And then Gabriella, as you mentioned, and I decided that we needed a space just dedicated for agents like yourselves, so that you would have somewhere to pop on and just be able to know that you're not alone. You may be working remotely or alone or from your travels, but when you need to find somebody like-minded, you know where to go, but also people that are focused and productive and high achieving. So the reason that we created this space was to help you solve all of the different challenges that people face. And some people experience different things. Some people find that they're popping in just to have a friendly chat with someone in their industry. Other people pop on to mute and focus and get work done, because having those other people present helps people do, some of the work that's more mundane, or even immerse themselves and get into a flow state for longer project work and co-work. But what we have here in TrueSpace is the opportunity to make the most of every opportunity to become a part of a community of like-minded agents who are part of the true marketing world, so that whenever you want to work, you can pop into our TrueSpace virtual co-working room and get something done. And one of the cool benefits is that every week, either Gabriella or someone from her team will be having office hours for an hour or so, where you can come in and pick their brains or just say hello and have easy access to her. And that's really nice too, because I find that a lot of times, there are people who are prominent in our industries that we might just want to ask a quick question of or say hello to and share something cool that we're working on. But, the back and forth logistics of connecting can be really cumbersome. So one of the things is the office hours that you'll find. The other thing is the ability to pop on whenever you're working. So what we will create, and we have created, is a messenger group on Facebook, not to get you sucked down the social media rabbit hole, but if you find that you're going to pop into TrueSpace and you want to make sure others kind of know you're there in case they want to join, you can just go into the chat and say, hey, I'm co-working if anybody wants to join me in TrueSpace. And it usually kind of pings people. And as the community grows, we'll need to do that less and less, because you'll find more and more people on around the clock. But when you do join, you get a welcome email from me, and it gives you access to our member dashboard. We have to add some graphics and things that are coming soon, but I'm going to show you the back end of what we have now, just so you can have an understanding of what you would expect if you decided to become a part of the community, where you'd find all the goodies and information. And then I'm happy to answer questions as well. So I'm going to just take 1 minute, click share screen, and then we will go from there. Okay. So when you do become a member, you get access to our member portal area, and it just shows you the basics here. Gives you a welcome message so that you can know you're in the right place. We tell you a bit about what we're doing. And it's set up in a course format. I'm sure you've all seen these behind the scenes courses, but it gives you all the basics. And when you join, you'll see that every Tuesday at 11, you can have access to the office hours with the True Marketing team. We also create member profiles for all of you when you join. So it'll give you some basic questions about who you are and what you do. You'll share some of your favorite either photos or logos of yourself. We'll create basically a 1-page landing page just about you, and then circulate it across social media periodically so that you'll get visibility and people will know how to find you, and helps you get some more promotion out there. This is an easy place where you'll be able to find the link to get into TruSpace. Every month we change the password so that current members have access, just to keep really a curated space. We want high quality security here so that we don't just have random people popping in that aren't here for the same reason as you. We also keep special events on this calendar. So from time to time, we'll have speakers on cool topics in your industry, things that are really important. If there's something you are working on and want to share, you can reach out to us and we can schedule something so that members have that platform to really connect with each other and share your expertise. Because even within the same industry, people do things different. You might be specializing in a specific type of travel or place that you like to really promote. And you might want to have that opportunity to say, hey, members, come in for a sneak peek. I'm going to lead a 30-minute conversation to show you somewhere that I just went that might be great for you and your clients too. Then I told you about the member chat and the profiles. So these are all of kind of the areas that you'll be able to zoom through and find the basic information, how to set these things up. And of course, I'm available by email anytime once you do sign up to answer any questions and make sure that all of this is smooth sailing. We also give some tips on what to expect during a co-working session. So like I said before, you can come in and mute yourself. And I always recommend sharing in the chat what you're working on. If you set your intention, like my 3 goals for today are to respond to emails, put out content on my social media profiles for the next week and get it pre-scheduled, and then return 7 phone calls, whatever it is that you're going to work on. If you put it in the chat, it helps you be accountable, and then others can check in. When we work in the general co-working space that I have for remote entrepreneurs and professionals, we do this all the time, and it helps keep you kind of honest to what you want to do. And if you get distracted, a lot of times someone else will say, hey, Gabriella, how are those emails coming along? And you'll be like, all right, I'm caught. I'm on Facebook and like looking at memes right now, and then it'll help you redirect. So that little bit of accountability can go a long way. I also offer a coffee chat club that all members have free access to as well. When you join that, you get an email every Monday that'll connect you with other agents and other people in the remote world space who are looking to meet each other. It's a great, simple way to get connected with new people without having to search for them. And in your world, not only will you connect with people in the travel industry, but a part of the club, you might find virtual assistants, people who build websites, all the tech kind of behind the scenes of running a business. You'll get access to build relationships with people who may really be able to help you with projects that you have down the road, because as I'm sure many of you can identify, hiring team, even for a small project, can sometimes be overwhelming. So I want to make that easier for you. And then we have a generous affiliate program. So when you join TruSpace, you're able to also sign up as an affiliate and earn money each time someone else comes on board, because we want you to, if you're having a good experience, share this with others, help us grow and expand to other people in your industry so that you always have the quality people around you to get a lot of cool things accomplished, feel accountable, make friends, and just be able to share whatever's happening in your day. One of the things that I find most useful when I log in is the habit of being focused and productive that gets formed when you join a community like this. I started this for clients, but then of course would show up to, provide myself as a resource and do the work that I had to do on a given day. And it was really interesting because it helped me find that automatic kind of morning routine that set me on the right course to be productive and efficient. I have 3 kids, and I'm always running in lots of different directions, ranging from a year and a half to 12 years old. So I'm either like, playing with Elmo and Sesame Street toys, or running to baseball practice, picking up and taking to all the activities, all the things. So my day is kind of Swiss cheese-like, and it can be really hard to focus sometimes to get the work that needs to get accomplished done, to plan that one project or respond to the proposal that I have out there. Right now I'm working on a speaking gig, and every time I sit down to work on the speech, like something distracts me. So starting and stopping, there's lots of proven science out there, can really be difficult for you to get as much accomplished. But when you have a solid routine to get your brain triggered, that tells your brain, listen, this is time to get these things done, it helps cut that time in half and really helps you boost your productivity. So when I go into the co-working space, it just triggers that button in my brain, and I'm able to sit down and say, okay, what are my goals? I put them in the chat, I get to work. And then somebody I know, it's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name, pops in, and it's great. I'll be like, hi, Sandra, hi, Angela. And it's a really welcomed, positive distraction in a good way. And then sometimes I'll get stuck on something, and I'll ask, and I'll be like, does anybody know someone who does graphics? Because I'm promoting something and I need them done and I don't have time to prepare them. So it helps really find the resources that you need at your fingertips. And like I said, it's also that virtual water cooler for socialization, which to me is sometimes the most valuable thing, because it can get lonely when you work from home. And sometimes I just want to talk to an adult about anything. And so we have breakout rooms. So when you join, if you find that there's a bunch of people co-working and they're focused and they don't really want to talk, even though the chat's usually pretty active, you can ask somebody who's hosting, or usually set up one yourself, just go into a breakout room with whoever you want to talk with, and you can collaborate on a project, or just talk about, a show that you're watching, or a book that you're into, or somewhere that you've traveled. So I'm going to take a breath, because I know I just said a lot, and I'm going to look at the chat too. Gabriella, if you have any questions, like throw them out there. If anybody else does, please let me know. I don't want to overwhelm anyone, but I want to give you a sneak peek.
I wanted to throw that out. If you do have questions now that you've heard her speak, just put them in the chat and we can address them. But just a couple of points that I would want to add. I love Pam. I love what she's done. And there's proof of concept. It's very successful with some other spaces that she works in. And I don't think there's anything really like this for the travel industry. And I think if you're working with us, and if you know me and you know what we do, chances are you're a certain kind of agent that's booking at a more elevated level. You need to be surrounded by people that know what they're doing also, that can add value. Patrick actually put something very telling in the chat before, like, you ask a question in so many of those Facebook groups, quote unquote marketing groups, and you get a nasty answer, or an answer like, you should have known that, or something and then people start like infighting and bickering in threads, and it's not really helpful. That's not building relationships, And I think I was telling Pam too, my experience with in-person co-working, I thought it was all cool and all of that kind of stuff. And I did it for a while. And first of all, I paid an enormous amount of money. Second of all, I don't like to leave the house unless I'm getting on a plane or doing something for my daughter or with my boyfriend. And that was like, I had to get up and get out every day. I like working out at home. I like doing things. I like being here. And, I also felt like, and I'm a pretty confident person, but those kind of things can be intimidating. I never felt like I belonged there. It was full of millennials. It was full of people like getting ready to go out afterwards and this and that. I'm like, here I am, single mom, living in the suburbs. Like, this is not my scene. And I never connected with anyone meaningfully because they were all doing such different things. I'm not looking for venture capital. I'm not, I'm not playing at business like some people in there. I'm not going in to like write the great American novel and just surf Facebook all day, like, whatever, or for the free beer at 11 o'clock in the morning. This is something that's very, very focused and surrounds you with people that are working. And it's almost like you're stepping in, you're having people over your shoulder, but not watching you. You're having people to talk to. If you want, you can mute yourself. You can mute them, whatever works for you. But I think, I just think it's a really dynamic, interesting thing, to take a look at. So again, if you have questions, we can address them. Pam, why don't you drop your email in the chat as well so that people can have it directly.
The
And
other thing I want to add to what you said that I think is really key, you know, having the spontaneity to pop in anytime I think is great, but sometimes being intentional and knowing that you're going to meet people and have that accountability is really important. So one of the things that we do in my other communities that we can start doing here as well is setting dedicated times when people commit to being here, and then we create a calendar. So, you know, I'm going to just pick on a name that I see here because I don't know who I'm going to pick, but Sue. So if Sue says, I'm going to co-work every morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern, we'll create a calendar that says like co-work with Sue. So you can plan because you know Sue's going to be there. And of course, life happens and sometimes Sue won't be there. So we'll update the calendar as necessary or pop in the chat. Oh, Sue can't come today. But for the most part, if your routine is that you're going to come at a certain time, we'll start creating a calendar so that members know when other members are planning to pop in to get work done. And then the natural kind of relationships start to form. So keep in mind, the spontaneous doors are always open is great. You can log on in the morning and just keep it on and come in and out throughout the day. But we can also have those intentional times, which is really going to help you with focused work. Because for me, like there's a lot I want to do outside of work. I love working because I love what I do, but I also love all the other things. So if I know that I'm going to be met with people that I like, that are going to help me kind of get through the stuff that I have to do that day for those couple of hours, it's amazing how much you can accomplish, and then you can be done and move on to something else. I'm also going to pop the link in the chat here so that if you're like loving what I'm saying and you want to become a member, you can sign up. Ask me any questions you have about that as well. And if you do sign up, send me an email and just, you know, I'll be obviously alerted, but I'd love to just chat, get to know you, and we can schedule a coffee at some point, because I'm here to help curate this space as well moving forward to make it like very specific to what you all want. So that if you are looking for, you know, more networking events, or you want to have more professional development events than just co-working, we can add them on. It's very organic in that way. And the goal is that you have 24/7 access to the people and the resources that you need to succeed.
yeah, I wanted to mention that too, and just to emphasize again, it is 24/7, and a lot of you are always in different areas and different time zones. So, you know, it's very likely you could be in Asia and hop on, and maybe somebody else is on too, you know, at that time, and you don't have that, you know, with something that's physical, you know, a physical space that you have to go to. So, yeah, I think this was really helpful. I didn't want to keep you too long, but I love this idea. I love what she's built. I'm happy to support it here, and wanted to share it with all of you. And then, okay, Catherine says, it sounds interesting, a new idea. Is there a way to trial?
We haven't talked about that recently, so Gabriella and I can discuss it and definitely get back to you about trial options. What I can tell you is we've tried to create this in a way that it's as short or long of a commitment as you'd like to make. So right now, the membership options range from 1 week to monthly or annually. So we keep it at $1 a day investment, basically, when you join for a year. And then, you know, it goes up a little bit based on the time frame, month or weekly, but you can try it for as little as a week at this point. So that's where we've started for now, but we'll let you know if we do decide to do a free trial for sure.
And then, okay, is there a place to find the pricing? I guess it's on that link.
Yes, it is on that link, but to answer your question, it's $14 for a weekly membership. It's $45 a month for monthly, and it's $365 for a year.
And that's a heck of a deal, $1 a day to be surrounded by qualified people. All right. And Patrick says, if we sign up for a week, can we switch to a longer period? So many questions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can change, upgrade or downgrade your membership. The downgrading basically would be once your time period is over, we would then move you to the next one. So if you signed up for a month and you wanted to go weekly, after that month is over, we would move you to the weekly, or same thing with annual. We could then move you down at the end of the year. The goal is to keep this a really no-brainer investment, but have some skin in the game, because when there is no investment, then you're less likely to show up. And we want people who are committed to being there. So our goal is to make this manageable, affordable, but enough that you're going to remember you did it, so you'll show up every day.
Yeah,
No, you don't have to commit. So when you sign up for weekly, you can do it for a week and then cancel. It does auto bill based on the time for your subscription, but you have access through that member portal that we went in before, or you can email me and we will stop your membership whenever you want. No one's trying to trap anyone. We want you here when you want to be here. And if it doesn't work, that's okay too.
Yeah, because it's not for everybody, but I think for a lot of, if you've hopped on this call, I think that, you're probably a really good prospect. Yeah, but I believe in this. I love what she's done. Can you resend the link? Can you post that one more time in the chat?
Yes, I can. Happy to do it. It's right here.
Things get lost in the chat. I know, or reach
And what I
out.
would, sorry, go ahead.
If you all have my stuff, if you happen to miss this in the chat, just reach out to me and I'll connect you with Pam. And
And what I
then
would encourage you to do if you sign up and take a look around, make the most of it by letting me know that you've signed up, signing up for the member profile so we can promote you, because that's a cool part of the membership too, where we'll circulate you across socials and let people kind of see what you're doing. And then also making sure that if there's a dedicated time where you want to work, let me know, because then I can share that with the community and people can see on the calendar when others are definitely coming in there. So we can try to get, a group of people in here. As this grows, I think that you'll find people 24/7 in TruSpace. But initially, in order for you to get the most out of it, we want to make sure we're helping you guys connect with each other.
yeah, and I think you'll find it's nice. Everybody will have the same ethos, but you will be able to connect with people you don't know that you otherwise wouldn't meet, and ask meaningful questions and get answers from people who actually genuinely want to help, and then you'll be able to help people too. So I think it's a really great community idea that she's fostering here, and just for travel. And there really isn't anything like this out there, I don't think, for the travel space.
I've seen two other questions here I wanted to address. One person sort of was just mentioning that in social media, sometimes they're nervous to post questions because of all of the direction things can go. And the goal is to take that away in this space so that it's a safe space to be able to ask anything. And someone else, Keela, is asking about a referral fee. Yeah, so if you bring someone else on, if you sign up as an affiliate, we'll create an affiliate link for you automatically. It'll be similar to what you see here. It'll be something like the zonecommunity.com co-work with Keela. And then when you share that with people, every time we get their reoccurring payment, you'll get a reoccurring payment of 20%. So that we hope helps you want to share it a little more than just because you want to grow, a great community. We want to thank you for that ongoing.
And I just want you all to succeed and find the right people to connect with. So that's why I do my Facebook group. That's why I try behind the scenes to always try to get, a lot of you to interact, because that's, that makes sense. And I appreciate that you guys follow us and that you support us. So I hope that you'll look at this and think about joining, to align with some of the like-minded agents and really support what Pam is doing. So I love this idea that she's put together, and then she's able to do it in different niches too, which I love. So I can't wait to see where she goes and where she grows, beyond travel. So I'm having fun kind of watching this, but this is a new idea. I think it's fantastic. And I encourage a lot of you to at least test it out.
So the other thing I want to mention alongside that, the zone is the general co-working space for anyone who works remotely. So if you do join TruSpace and you're interested in popping in there ever, you're welcome to, and just let me know and I can give you that link as well. That's not formally part of this, but I'm happy to give you access and not have you have to join both. If you ever feel like you want to meet some of these people who are VAs and graphic designers and such, and you can always reach out to me if you're looking for other types of professionals, because that's what I like to do, and I'm happy to help any of you in those ways as well, because I think optimizing how you work and when you work and where the most flexible way and the most productive way is going to help you succeed in any industry. So I will be popping into TruSpace regularly as well, so that you can get to know me, and if I can help you and you want to pick my brain, I'm there for that.
I love it. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Really, reach out if we can help you with anything. Oh, Patrick just signed up, and Patrick, can I just give him a plug?
Patrick, welcome.
I know him and I have chatted with him offline and online, and he's very smart, and he's one of the most focused agents, relatively new at this business, and has so many great ideas. And I love where his headspace is. So anyone who gets a chance to talk to him is really lucky. So he's an amazing one to add to this group. So I will say, you already know that just based on this call that you have someone amazing in there who loves to learn. And I like that about him too. He asks the right questions and he's trying to learn. So I love that.
I love that.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys, reach out to either Pam or I can direct you to Pam. And I really hope that you think about this and trying it out.
Yes, thank you guys for taking time to stop in.
All right, guys, talk to you soon. Thank you.